Hey Viper Magic Channel, I am not Jim Afanis, I am Brent Cosina, and I'm here to give you a video game review, one of two I'm doing today. This first one is an older game, but I just recently played it on Xbox backwards compatibility. This is Splinter Cell Blacklist. Now, this is the last Splinter Cell game to come out. It's the most recent one. There's rumblings of a revival of the Sam Fisher Splinter Cell franchise. He was included in Ghost Recon Wildlands, stuff like that, with Michael Ironside coming back to the voice. This is the one where Michael Ironside is not involved at all. They got some kind of like small, not unknown actor, but he was the boyfriend on Smallville for the first season, and then he went and did like Flash Gordon for a season. He came in and did the voice acting and motion capture for Blacklist. So let's talk about this game. This takes place in the storyline, so it's not like it's a relaunch or a reboot or anything like that. Sam's daughter has still been resurrected even after she, quote-unquote, died at the beginning of Conviction. Anna Grimm's daughter's there. Sam still feels betrayed by her for some reason. It was never clear why. I don't remember why. That was a couple games ago, stuff like that. But this is really an okay game. I know it says Kinect sensor here. I didn't use that. It wasn't available. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, what's weird though is that it was like 2 discs. And when you input it into the Xbox One, what it does is it actually downloads the digital file, and then you just put in 1 disc no matter what. And then there are certain times in the game it says like insert disc 2, and you would press play, like press go anyway, and then it would like realize that, I don't have this thing anymore, I could just keep playing. But you do have to have the disc in to play if you own the physical copy. I think you can also buy it digitally from the Xbox store. All in all, was it a great game? No. Was it fun to play Splinter Cell again? Yes. Is it better than Conviction? I don't think so. There are things that I missed from Conviction that were in this game, such as using more than just like the pistol, the silenced pistol, and then the other weapons and stuff. In this game, you can pick your loadout before you go into a mission, which I thought was cool. You can choose to silence a pistol. You can add, armor-piercing bullets or other stuff to it, stuff that increases the range or the damage. You can also choose like a bigger weapon, whether it be like an AK or something else. I don't know if it was a SCAR or whatever. They had a bunch that were available. And you can also choose to do the same thing. Now, each weapon has its own individual perk, so it's more like, do you want this, yes or no? So you can't add a silencer to every weapon, which I found unfortunate because as a Splinter Cell guy, I would have added a silencer to everything that I could touch, just because that's the way I like to play the game, is a little bit stealthy and then, pull out my gun if I need to, and then since it's silenced, hopefully if I clear the room, everybody would be fine. But, whatever. It's not as, fun to play as like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. I think is still the best Splinter Cell game. This one was a little weird because there's like 3 different ways you can play. You can play as Panther mode, which is like stealthy but you kill people. You can have Ghost mode, which is stealth and no kills. It's just knockouts. And then Predator mode, where it's like you run and gun, assault style, kill everybody as you see them. So you got points towards those different styles as you finished a level. So, if you knocked a bunch of guys unconscious, when you crept up behind them and like gave them a chokehold, you would get more points for that than you would if you were playing as Panther style, which is where you'd use your knife. And you would like hit a button on the controller to bring up your weapon wheel or whatever, and then you would hit X to switch from lethal and non-lethal. I didn't really like that. I kind of like the option of the older games where it's like, he's either killing everybody or, he gets him behind him and then it's X to kill or Y to knock out, that kind of thing. And it didn't count against you. So why that matters is because at the end of each mission, the more points you get, the more dollars you would get, and those dollars are used to spend on your weapon upgrades, your suit upgrades, and that was something that I did not like, was this whole like dollars for upgrades thing. I like customizing the weapons, choosing a loadout thing, But then you get into stuff where, you know, you can choose the kind of suit Sam wears, and it's more than just cosmetic. There were stuff where you can add more stealth to the suit, so it like rumples less when you move. Same thing with your boots. You could choose boots that were more stealthy. There were like 2 or 3 levels of each of these things. And, you know, different kinds of night vision. You could have like motion vision, where you see through walls, or heat vision, things like that. So all this required money. So in order to get, you would get money for completing a mission, but you would get bonus money for completing it the most, I guess, with more points. And what awarded more points was the Ghost style rather than Panther or, you know, Predator style. I wanted to play Panther style, but I found myself trying to play Ghost style more often than not because it rewarded you with more points. Now, can you, when you get to the end of the game, can you get enough money to unlock everything? No. There are a bunch of other missions in, you know, aside from the main campaign I did not play. Now, there are multiplayer missions in here, like Spies versus Mercs, which is their multiplayer mode. Those are embedded as a mission inside the game, and how you know, active that community is anymore, I don't know. When did this game come out? A long time ago. I know that. 2013, possibly, when this came out. It was towards the tail end of the 360 life cycle. I know that. Does it look good on Xbox One? It looks good. Looks fine. It's not enhanced for Xbox One X or anything like that. But going back to like the other modes, then you could also have, you know, a co-op mission from one of the older games as well, and similar to that, I guess. But since I didn't have anybody to play with, I don't know if there was split screen or not. No split screen on here, just one player. Oh no, it says co-op too on 360. Okay, so I guess I could have had split screen, but I don't have anybody to play with in my house. It's just me that plays. But anyway, you would also get like money from completing those missions with a certain style as well. And I tried playing a few of these co-op missions solo, which you can do, but they are super difficult. One of them was like they threw you in a spot in a warehouse and they're like, survive. You know, and the warehouse was small. There were places to jump up on pipes and things like that, but not as many tunnels and things I would have liked. You know, once you like jump on an enemy, it seemed like if you didn't have a co-op guy there to snipe the other guy that was, you know, running around with him, you were going to lose real quick. So I didn't attempt many of those, and I don't even think I completed but 1 or 2 of them. And they were there. So there's a lot of content with this game. So if you have somebody who loves Splinter Cell with you, and you guys want to play through this together, I think you should do it, absolutely. Check it out, because it's, you know, the most recent Splinter Cell experience. So, you know, there's that. The storyline, was it good? Meh. The acting, definitely Michael Ironside is the definitive Sam Fisher. I mean, for God's sake, he had 5 games to establish that character, and then you're going to throw in a 6th guy at the end. It's like throwing in Kiefer Sutherland to be Solid Snake at the end of a franchise in the 5th game. Who does that? You wouldn't do that, right? Oh, wait, they did. So anyway, that is my review of Splinter Cell Blacklist. I think it's worth checking out, but it's definitely more of like a 3.5 star game out of 5 than a 4 or 5 star game. So check it out. Thanks as always, you guys, for watching. If you like more video game videos, check out Viper Magic's channel down below. Hit that comment, like, subscribe, and share button, and we will see you guys on the other side.